August 29, 2017 NFL Rank. Our annual ranking of the top 100 players in the league is out, and we're sure not every fan base is happy. That's why we've assembled a group of NFL insiders to audit the list with their takes on who's underrated, who's overrated and much more. Check out the full NFL rank list here. Who's the most underrated player in the top 100? Matt Bowen, NFL writer. Landon Collins, New York Giants rank 29. Collins is a modern-day hybrid safety with the physicality and playmaking skills to line up anywhere in the secondary. Based on his tape, he should have won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 2016. At number 29 overall here, that's too low given his impact on the game. And I expect him to have another huge season. Our 53 experts predict the top 100 NFL players of the 2017 season. Which NCAA conference produced the most players in the NFL Rank Top 100? Which NFL team was most represented? All the key details are here. Dominique Foxworth, the undefeated senior writer. Dak Prescott, QB, Dallas Cowboys rank 77. Really, I appreciate that being surrounded by several other top 100 players means there is a ceiling on the amount of credit Prescott will receive. But it doesn't seem that discount was applied to the 5 other Cowboys offensive players, who outrank Dak despite obviously benefiting from his excellent play. I am far from a Dak fanboy. Even late into last season, I thought the Cowboys would have been better off with Tony Romo. But that doesn't change the fact that Dak's total QBR adjusted for strength of defenses is better than 7 of the 9 QBs ahead of him. And in the playoffs, he went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers, throwing for 302 yards and 3 touchdowns. Dan Graziano, national NFL writer. Tyrann Mathieu, Arizona Cardinals rank 59. I understand the likely reason HES as low as he is because health issues have cost him so many games. But when HES on the field, HES able to change games in a variety of different ways, and if we evaluate him simply on skill and impact, I think he would deserve to be higher up the list. Aaron Schatz, editor of Football Outsiders. Earl Thomas, Seattle Seahawks rank 18. Have you seen the stat splits of Seattle's defense with and without Thomas last season? With Thomas, Seattle's pass defense DVOA explained here was -7.0%, which would have ranked 4th for the season. Without Thomas, it was +25.9%, which would have ranked 28th. It's hard to prove the value of safeties with individual stats, but the team stats suggest that Thomas is one of the 10 most valuable players in the league. Mike Sando, senior NFL writer. Calais Campbell, DL, Jacksonville Jaguars rank 86. Campbell ranks 33rd among players listed as defensive ends, defensive tackles or nose tackles. He was one of the 2 or 3 most dominant interior defenders in the game last season and a true difference maker. Now the 30-year-old is in Jacksonville, where the defense should be improved again. Field Yates, NFL insider. Olivier Vernon, New York Giants rank 61. The Giants but their normal free agency spending habits last off-season and paid substantial money to the coveted Vernon. He's a ferocious edge rusher who constantly disturbs quarterbacks with a unique blend of power and explosiveness. He can bookend the run defense to funnel plays back inside and play in space. Vernon is a beast who is poised for another big season. Rob Gronkowski played in only 8 games in 2016 and had 3 touchdowns. Photo by Jim Rogish. Getty Images. Woes the most overrated player in the top 100? Bowen. Tyron Smith, OT, Dallas Cowboys rank 19. Smith has all the natural tools we look for in an elite tackle, and HES ridiculously talented. But the reality is that he isn't playing to the level of teammate Travis Frederick, number 24. I don't see him as a top 20 guy in the NFL. Foxworth. Rob Gronkowski, New England Patriots rank 11. Gronk is returning from season-ending back surgery, which would be reason enough to expect a performance decline from most players. But he has made a habit of returning from injury and performing as if he never left. However, the Patriots traded for Brandon Cooks, which portends a shift away from the Titans-centric passing attack to one built around the deep ball. The last time the Pats traded for a deep threat receiver was 2007, when they acquired Randy Moss. They were almost unstoppable. Benjamin Watson, the talented tight end at the time, went from 49 receptions in 2006 to 39 in 2007. If Gronk is healthy, he will be better than that, but I wouldn't expect the 80-catch, 1,000-plus yard season needed to warrant his ranking. Graziano Eric Berry, S. Kansas City Chiefs. More people play on ESPN than anywhere else. Join a creator league in the #1 fantasy football game. Sign up for free. Rank 17. Nothing against Berry, but I'm not sure in putting him at the top of the safety list in the entire league. Earl Thomas could be ahead of him, as could Cam Chancellor. Maybe even Landon Collins coming off the 2016 season he had. Sando Stephon Gilmore, CB, New England Patriots. Rank 69. Gilmore is the 9th rated corner despite coming off a down season. He outranks Jalen Ramsey and Desmond Trufant among corners on this list and is even 15 spots ahead of Calais Campbell, a player the Patriots presumably would much rather have on the roster. Leaving an organization that has been dysfunctional could help Gilmore justify his ranking in the future. Stats. Malcolm Butler, CB, New England Patriots. Rank 56. Butler is a good cornerback and a very good value given his low salary. He is not the 7th best cornerback in the league. In the past 2 years, he has finished 20th and 17th in our charting for adjusted success rate in coverage, but he can be burned deep and has finished 56th and 49th in adjusted yards per pass. And there's no evidence that Butler specifically discourages opposing quarterbacks from targeting the receivers he is covering. We charted him as middle of the pack in target frequency last season. Janoris Jenkins and AJ Bowie were better if we only consider last season, while Stephon Gilmore and Desmond Trufant have been better over the course of their careers. Yates Cameron Wake, Miami Dolphins. Rank 78. Before Dolphins fans lose their minds, hear me out. I love Wake. He has extraordinary power and an arsenal of pass rush moves and counters. He is an emotional leader. But after playing just 51.1% of the defensive snaps in 2016, I had to factor that in relative to other players whose value is felt on an every-down basis. The 35-year-old Wake is a tremendous player, but Miami has utilized him in a more limited role compared to most players on this list. Doug Baldwin had a career season in 2016, and the Seahawks' passing attack should be even better this season. Joe Nicholson, USA Today Sports. Woe got snubbed and should have made the top 100. Bo and Doug Baldwin, WR. Seattle Seahawks. Baldwin's touchdown numbers dropped last season 7, but he still produced 94 grabs and 1,128 receiving yards. AGs. A super underrated route runner who is tough and ultra-competitive on game day. Baldwin is a Tempest veteran at age 28 is still in his prime. Foxworth, Brent Grimes, CB, Tampa Buccaneers. The 34-year-old Grimes remains one of the NFL's most explosive players at any position. Last season, he had 4 interceptions and a league-leading 17 pass breakups while playing in the NFC South, a division overflowing with offensive juggernauts. The undersized, undrafted Shippensburg product is probably used to being undervalued, but he is deserving of a spot in the top 100. His reliability and knack for the ball are rare among cornerbacks and vital to the Bucs' success. Graziano Damon Harrison, NT, New York Giants. He plays an underappreciated position, but Harrison plays it better than anyone else in the league does. Even in a passing league, the best run stuffer should find a place in the top 100. The Giants pay him a premium salary because, even though he might come off the field on 3rd down, the opponent is facing longer 3rd downs because of the work he does on 1st and 2nd. Sando Malcolm Jenkins, S. Philadelphia Eagles. Jenkins and Ezekiel Ansah are 2 players who stood out. Ansah is coming off an injury-affected 2016 season, but Jenkins hasn't missed a game in 3+ seasons. He's a top-flight player who would start and be an impact player for the vast majority of teams in the league. Stats. Doug Baldwin, WR. Seattle Seahawks. Last season, even with his quarterback hurt for part of the year and the offense collapsing around him, Baldwin came out 9th among receivers in value based on Football Outsiders metrics. The year before, he was 2nd, behind only Antonio Brown. I'm not sure what else people want from this guy except maybe a better nickname. Damon Snacks Harrison definitely has him on that one. Yates mapped Paradise, OC, Denver Broncos. In a league in which offensive linemen are exceedingly difficult to find, the Broncos discovered a diamond in the rough with Paradise. He played hurt throughout 2016 yet never misses time. You can count on him being out there every snap on Sundays. The center position involves more than just the physical skill set. A top-flight center is a mental edge for an offense. Paradis fits that mold. After missing the first 4 games with a groin injury last season, Joey Bosa was one of the best pass rushers in the league. Jake Rothuser, Today Sports, looking ahead to 2018, who will rise into the top 25 of NFL rank. Bowen Joey Bosa, Los Angeles Chargers. Bosa racked up 10.5 sacks in only 12 games as a rookie, and HES much more developed at the point of attack than I expected. With the speed to win on the edge and the counter moves to set up blockers, he should be in line to produce a monster season in LA. Foxworth Landon Collins, New York Giants. In just his second season, Collins was the best safety in the NFL in 2016. It is that simple. And at just 23 years old, he is still learning the nuances of the position. Outside of an unfortunate injury, I can't imagine a scenario that leaves him out of the 25 again. Graziano Mike Evans, WR, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm a big Bosa guy, so I almost just echoed Bowen here, but Bosa is close enough to the top 25 as is. Give me Evans, whose physical tools could vault him into the same discussion as the top 3 or 4 wide receivers on this list. With Deshaun Jackson working downfield, Evans could be in for his best season yet. Sando Joey Bosa, Los Angeles Chargers. Easy one here. Not much elaboration required. Shats Joey Bosa, Los Angeles Chargers. Sorry to be so uninteresting, but HES already near the top 25 and should develop further in his second NFL season. Yates Leonard Williams, DL, New York Jets. The Jets are undergoing a major franchise rebuild, but it could be argued that Williams is the centerpiece of it all. He's that good, that young and that talented. Williams is a long-levered, forceful interior lineman who can anchor space in the middle of the New York defense but also provide pocket disruption. He's a superstar in the making. Christian McCaffrey is averaging 5.1 yards per carry and 17.0 yards per catch in the preseason. Grant Halverson, Getty Images. The rookie who will crack next year's NFL rank is Bowen Christian McCaffrey, RB, Carolina Panthers. With the route running skills of a wide receiver and the lateral speed to shake defenders in the open field, McCaffrey should be a matchup nightmare as a rookie. Good luck checking this guy in the passing game. Plus, with the ability he has shown this preseason to push the ball between the tackles, he could be a 3-down weapon for the Panthers. Foxworth John Ross, WR, Cincinnati Bengals. Calling Ross fast is an understatement. His record-setting 4.22 40-yard dash time was the talk of the combine. But he isn't just a sprinter. Ross is a skilled route runner with the ability to change direction suddenly. And he gets off press well. He will be a nightmare for even the best corners. But he'll likely be matched up with weaker corners because perennial Pro Bowler AJ Green will attract the attention of the top corners. As long as the Bengals' weakened defensive line can protect Andy Dalton, Ross will impress. Graziano Christian McCaffrey, RB, Carolina Panthers. I think his role in the Carolina offense is going to be significant enough and varied enough to make him an instant star. Panthers players on both sides of the ball were lauding totally different aspects of McCaffrey's game in training camp, and I think HES going to help as a runner, pass catcher and overall game changer for this offense. Sando Christian McCaffrey, RB, Carolina Panthers. I spoke with an NFL team executive who thought McCaffrey could become Carolina's biggest star, which is saying something. Shats Myles Garrett, Cleveland Browns. There were 3 quarterbacks chosen in the top dozen picks of the draft this year. The Browns, who needed a quarterback, took Garrett instead of one of them. There was a reason they did this. Yates Christian McCaffrey, RB, Carolina Panthers. When it comes to evaluating whether a rookie can make an instant impact, it helps to identify those who have a defined role. While the preseason can be fool's gold in some ways, it's apparent that the Panthers are dedicated to manufacturing touches for the electric McCaffrey. Moreover, he has value in 3 phases of the game as a runner, receiver and returner.